Both classes of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross begin 2017 without a defending champion on the starting gate.
Two-time defending champion is smoking, and he's not pushing it.
Zach Osborne wins his first ever moto. Savachi is down and down hard. They're down all over the place.
The 450 field is loaded with contenders with a championship pedigree.
Dungey is down on the first lap, and we do not see that very often.
He does it! Eli Tomac wins the Red Bull Southwest National, his first win of the year.
In the 250 class, Jeremy Martin is taking one final shot at earning his third 250 class title. He'll have to fend off a deep and talented field that includes the incumbent 250 Supercross champions, Justin Hill and Zach Osborne. The road to a motocross championship begins today. This is Motocross.
Just outside Sacramento, California for the opening round of the 2017 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. It's the 49th running of the Red Bull Hangtown Classic. Hello everyone, Jason Wygant, joined by multi-time motocross and supercross champion Grant Langston, also a two-time winner here at Hangtown, for what should be a fantastic season of motocross coverage here on NBCSN. Let's give you the top storylines we're looking at coming into the opener. First of all, the 450 championship up for grabs. Last year's champion, Ken Roczen, is out for the summer after a devastating arm injury suffered earlier this year in Monster Energy Supercross. But there are some new contenders in the division, including Cooper Webb, last year's 250 class champion, who will be a rookie this year on the 450s. And then just this Tuesday, a bombshell dropped on the sport. Ryan Dungey, a four-time national motocross champion, has chosen to retire. So Grant, with Dungey now out and last year's champion Roczen also out, no one on the gate has actually ever won this 450 motocross championship before. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I believe so. And you know what? Eli Tomac is obviously probably the favorite at the moment. A lot of people picking him to win. But I wouldn't hand it over just yet, because there are 6 factory teams that have an average of 2 riders. That's a lot of factory guys and a lot of talent. I think Webb stepping up could be the X factor. And Marvin Muskin, well, put on your big boy pants. You're the #1 rider now.
He's going to have to carry the flag for the Red Bull KTM team for sure. Here's your 411. We'll show you how we race. We run 2 classes, 250cc motorcycles and the bigger 450 engines. They race separately. And each class races 2 times, and we average their 2 motos to determine a pair of overall winners for the weekend. It is a 12-round championship, so this is the first of 12. Let's talk about our 250 class. We already completed their first moto, and we'll show you the highlights here. This is a little over an hour ago here at Hangtown. First gate drop of the year, first start of the year. The green machine, Adam CNC Rullo on the number 36, is going to grab it. Watch the 120. That is a rookie first pro race for Sean Cantrell. He would be in second early. Then Zach Osborne gets to second on the 16 and takes the lead away from CNC Rullo.
He just puts the bike. Rullo tries to come back. No luck. And then Dylan Mirandis, a little mistake that became a big mistake, goes down on the blind side of a jump. See riders having to take evasive action. He would get up and finish the race. But then the big story as well, 2-time champion Jeremy Martin out with what appears to be a mechanical, just came to a standstill, could not get that bike started.
That was it for him. 0 points for your former 2-time champ. Maximum points for this man, Zach Osborne. Moved from 3rd to 2nd to 1st and pulled away from there. And he is coming off a Supercross championship just a few weeks ago, so the momentum continues to roll for the man from Virginia. CNC Rullo 2nd, Aaron Plessinger up to 3rd, and Cantrell in that first pro race ends up inside the top 10. And now the stars of the 250 class are ready to see who will claim the first overall of the season. 250 Moto 2 is headed your way on NBCSN. Back here at Hangtown, Zach Osborne won the first moto today. Now, we normally hand out a Deltran Hard Charger Award to someone who had a great comeback in our previous motocross race, but it's the opening round. So let's dig back into Supercross 2 weeks ago, where Zach Osborne put in maybe the ultimate pass. He came from all the way back past Joey Savacci in the next to last corner to grab the title. So we'll give him the Deltran Battery Tender Hard Charger Award dating back to Supercross there in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. Now, he didn't need to put in the hard charge in the first moto because he started about 4th and took the moto win. Let's send it to Georgia Lindsay down at the starting gate.
Yes, now unfortunately, you know, it's racing, accidents happen, but the 108 of Dylan Ferrandis, who is here, French rider, unfortunately we saw his crash in the replay just then. He won't be lining up for this second moto. I spoke to Jimmy Button, previous motocrosser, and also his agent. He said that Dylan is so upset about this. He was so excited, really bummed out that he won't be racing this second moto, but Jimmy said there's 22 more motos. Just get yourself recouped and get ready for next weekend.
All right, thanks, Georgia, for that report. Yeah, tough break for the Frenchman. Here's your MX versus ATV track map.
All right. Start's been the same. Most of the track's the same. Some minor changes, but once they drop that gate, these guys are going to power down to this left sweeper that tightens up, and hopefully you get that motorsport.com whole shot of water over that white line. Then a right-hander. We saw this jump. Tough to get every lap, especially for the 250 guys. Then down to the lower part of the track, off cambered, then up to the Big Mo hip jump. This part of the track, tight, right, left, right. We saw Tomac drop it in the previous moto. Turn right, then up the hill, step up to the top, get on the brakes, hug it tight, shift down, then down the hill, shift up a couple times, then some hard braking in this turn, some big bumps, turn right, one more jump, and then get your weight back, get on the throttle, pick a line, try get a rhythm through there, and get up the hill. Great passing spot.
This is the track these riders are going to do battle on, and this is the guy they thought they were going to do some battle with, Jeremy Martin, who won this championship in 2014 and 2015. Last year was a bit of a mess with some illness and injuries, and then a tough break in the first moto today, where his bike did not get to the finish line. He didn't score any points. Let's get to know Jeremy Martin and understand where his strategy lies for 2017.
Yeah, so like you said, I had a great success. I had a great run with Yamaha, but it was time for a change. You know, I was looking for something different. And if you oftentimes look back in history, some of the best guys in the sport that had the most success were at one manufacturer for a certain amount of time, and then they were ready for a change. And the change is good. You know, it brings excitement, new people to work with, and you know, the Geico Honda guys. Honestly, it feels like family, and that's important to me. You know, they say it's hard to win a championship, and no doubt it is. It's definitely really hard, but I would say the first one's probably the easiest. The second one was definitely harder, and the third one's going to be even harder. So, you know what? I think I can do it here with the Geico Honda guys, and you know, it's a long summer with 24 motos, and we may not be the best every Saturday, but you know what? We're going to be right there, and you know, we'll be there at the end of the season. Like I said, I've been doing this for a little bit now, and I've been fortunate enough to win 2 championships. I know what to expect from certain people, and I know what to expect from what not to from others. But we're just here, we focus on us, and I'm involved in the process of just trying to get better on a daily basis and control what I can control, and the rest it's up to those guys to worry about.
Well, let's have a look at the KTM keys to the moto. We've already had a moto, so hydration is key. It is very hot out there today. And of course, we said it's an opening round. The jitters getting to the guys, especially a lot of these youngsters. They're very enthusiastic, very excited, and you've got to get a race rhythm. It's the opening round. They've done a lot of practicing, a lot of testing, but here's your time to shine. Don't get too excited. Get in your pace, find your lines, and then pick it up.
Fly Racing 32nd card is sideways. Time for the revs to come up and the gate to drop here at Hangtown. And Osborne's got himself a great start this time. He might even grab the whole shot. Yes, motosport.com whole shot award goes to him. But Cianciarulo's got another good start as well in the 36, and I believe that is Savacci on the 17 in there as well. Savacci going for the lead.
Oh, Savacci took that inside. The outside line worked for these guys in the first moto. That time around, it hurt them. And Savacci, the beneficiary, up the inside, goes from 3rd to 1st. extreme start to the second moto for the 17.
And some other contenders in it as well. Aaron Plessinger, a good start also on the 23, that blue Yamaha. So a lot of the riders we expected to battle for the win today in the championship all year. We're going to see exactly how they compare to each other because they all got off the gate together.
Yeah, it's always good when you get most of your top riders up front, and then right behind them you see Alex Martin on the Troy Lee Design KTM.
Yeah, that's
Harrison.
the orange bike there. Yeah, he's right in the mix, fourth in the first moto and right there again.
Better start for Faulkner in seventh, just in the back of the screen there, but out front, Joey Savacci won this race last year. Didn't have that first motor he would have liked. Didn't get the start either, but he's got behind him. Well, these two we all know have some history.
Joey! I thought Savacci was going to throw it away, and that's 17. Yeah, no love lost between these two. Just 2 weeks ago, championship battle in Supercross, and Osborne took Savacci down to take the position and the title away. So it's a rematch and maybe a grudge match between them right now. And don't rule out the third place rider. 36, Cianciarulo's got a line on Osborne.
He comes to the inside. How's it going to work out? He's powering through. Osborne's on the outside. Now he's got the inside to the next turn. Cianciarulo's maybe got the better line to carry his momentum. Can he jump the jump? Look at the bottom of the screen. Still side by side. Osborne, that inside line's working up there. And as quickly as that happens now, Cianciarulo's got to look over his shoulder because guess what? Here comes AP, Aaron Plessinger on the blue 23.
Oh, great battle, and the benefactor of all this is your leader, Joey Savacci. He's able to stretch it out just a little bit because second and third and fourth are battling it out hard. One lap down and a fantastic second moto here. All these riders up front together. This should be a good one. Now Plessinger's got the line on Cianciarulo.
Yeah, Aaron Plessinger in the first moto, he showed some signs of brilliance. Didn't put every lap together like I think he would have liked to. This is a great start to the second moto. And look at this, Osborne already. Two battles going to track and screen.
Yes, Cianciarulo has come back on Plessinger to reclaim third. And I thought Osborne had the line to take the lead from Savacci, but he doesn't. And now we've got a fifth rider in the picture. Alex Martin has checked in on this battle as well. Osborne's going to give Savacci another shot.
He's got the inside going to this turn. Is he going to run Savacci wide? Yes, takes the line away. Savacci has to surrender that position for now.
Yeah, it's been a pretty dynamic race already, and we've only raced for a minute and a half. But look at Osborne drop the hammer now. Already starting to extend it. Now that he has clean racetrack. Whoa!
Almost
Plessinger.
contact.
Boy, they pretty much were wheel to wheel, literally in the air, still battling each other, and now catching Savacci.
I love this kind of racing. This is what we like to expect from these riders. We said there's so many guys that could win on so many different brands, different styles, different heights. You know, we got two tall guys on our screen. Osborne out front. He's like more of a compact, little stocky guy. Savacci in between the tall and the stocky. So different styles, different brands, but wow, such great racing so far.
Yeah, all right, who's going to make the next move? We've already seen Plessinger and Cianciarulo pass each other back and forth. Geez, what, 4 times already in this moto? Now Plessinger is going to take his opportunity on the inside and get around Savacci.
And he does, but he cases that, and Savacci had the inside, took the line away and said, nah, not right now.
And don't count out Alex Martin there on that orange KTM 26. He is all over this battle, and he's bringing someone else with him. I think it might be Faulkner. Just keeps adding more riders to this battle.
The main thing right now for all these guys that they don't want to see is them battling each other, and Osborne, who is slowly starting to disappear in the distance. That's why I think Plessinger's got the urgency. He's figuring, hey, I'm quicker than Savacci. If I can get around him and not lose any more ground, maybe I can pull this out towards the end. Now he's going to the outside. Savacci takes the line away.
Oh, there was nowhere for Plessinger to go. He got hung up momentarily. Look at Amart. Alex Martin has now made the move on Cianciarulo, so he's up to 4th. So 4th place in the first moto for Alex Martin, but he started way back. This time he's up front early. These two continue to scrap it, and whoa, feet off the pegs and almost a crash for Plessinger.
Yeah, lucky he's got legs like a giraffe. He was able to keep himself up right there. Short-legged guys may have tucked that front end there. Ruts are getting deep. Line selection, look at these guys. They're on extreme edges, on the left, on the right. And then what's crazy is a lot of the lines, they seem to kind of funnel together to there could be 8 lines in the corner, but there's almost become an inside and outside. So it's like the 4 inside lines funneled together, and then the 4 outside lines. Crazy.
Yeah, you're almost asking for these riders to run into each other. So Osborne is gone, man. He's 3.7 seconds out front already, but the rest of these riders are all in the same shot together. Watch as we widen out here. There's Savacci, there's Plessinger, there's Martin. And then Cianciarulo will have to deal with Faulkner, who got a terrible start in the first race, but a much better one here. Alex Martin, he's not done. He wants to go after Plessinger.
Of course he does. He wants to go after all of them. And Savacci, last year's race winner, not quite showing that speed, because last year no one caught him. He basically kind of slowly broke away and was all by himself. And oh, look at this accordion effect. Wow. How about Amon up the inside?
What a beautiful line. I hadn't seen anyone go that far inside.
In case to step up a little bit, and
Yeah,
I think that's why the 250 riders have a tendency to want to swing wide, but you really do leave the door completely open. That's a great passing spot now. If you don't need to jump the jump, then just make a pass, run it deep up the inside, take the line away, make sure he can't jump up that hill either.
Well, this is shades of some of the work that Alex did in the second moto here last year. He made a bunch of passes there. He made it in that half pipe, which comes after the step up. That section of the track he had wired a year ago, and he's trying to make it work to his advantage right now. Let's see if he can get Savacci for second.
I'm not sure.
Look at that, cut across the ruts and takes over second. What a move.
All right, kids at home, when people tell you, oh, you can't pass on this track because of certain reasons, go create your own line. That was awesome right there from Amon. I think he needed to get it done. I think I saw him wiping his goggles, which maybe means he lost all his tear-offs early. We'll have to keep an eye on that. At least he got, oh, he did. He's lost the tear-offs off the left. You see him daggling.
Oh, all the tear-offs are gone. So the only way he can clear his vision now is by wiping it with his glove. He's got to do that for 23 more minutes. Stay with us. See, of course, Memorial Day weekend here in the United States is big for motorsports.
Tightest turn in racing. Tightest turn in racing, but they're going the wrong way.
That's true. Got the tunnel there as well. That's always a fun one. So we'll enjoy that next Sunday morning. After we're done with some motocross, we'll be at Glen Helen in California next Saturday. Back to Hangtown here right now. Great battle on the track. 3 Kawasaki riders have hooked it up. Joey Savacci on 17-24, Austin Faulkner 36, Adam Cianciarulo, and the 45 of Mitchell Harrison. He and Cianciarulo have been hooking up quite a bit as of late. They bumped into each other in practice in Las Vegas Supercross, almost crashed into each other in practice earlier today, and here they are battling in a moto. But perhaps even more important than that is who comes after them. The red, number 6 of Jeremy Martin. Won this championship 2 times out of the last 3 years. Did not finish the first moto when his bike broke, so we didn't really get an idea of exactly what Jeremy Martin has under the hood this year. We're going to see it now. Bike's running great, and he's going after Harrison.
Right now, he looks like he's riding like a man that is frustrated for getting no points in the first moto. Up the inside, going after Harrison. Couldn't quite get it done there, but Jeremy Martin, and he's riding like he's got a little chip on his shoulder, something to prove. And you might go, hey man, he's won 2 championships. He's proven what he's done. Now, these kind of riders are proving themselves every time. Mistake from Harrison. Jeremy Martin gets the drive, spot up. Now look in front of him, freight train from about, well, almost second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, all in front of him. Some creative lines going the long way around the outside.
Around the outside, absolutely. Next on his list would be the 36, Cianciarulo, and then it's that whole group of Kawasaki's, Faulkner and Savacci. And just like you said, he can see all that down this straightaway. So there's plenty of opportunity if he can find some alternative lines, make some passes, get himself toward a podium position, maybe all the way up to 3rd.
There's plenty of time. I mean, realistically, you could look at him going after his brother if he's got the pace. He's only a few seconds ahead. The only person getting away a little bit is Osborne, but between Martin, Plessinger, Savacci, all these guys, not that far. Faulkner, I'm sure he's hoping that rear fender breaks off. If it's bugging him as much as it's bugging me, he wants to get rid of it too. It looks like it keeps slapping him in the rear end, so I'm sure it's got to be, you know, somewhat driving up the wall.
Yeah, it's probably safe to say that he's never quite dealt with something like that.
Sometimes the fender breaks right off, but to be dangling like that is a strange sensation. He's got an inside line. Oh, I thought he had Savatgy lined up.
Well, he could have Osborne them there, but they're teammates, so he couldn't.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit friendly, but he's really got him under the attack right now. And Jeremy Martin has just got around Cianciarulo. What an outside line by Fortner. And he'll turn into the inside of the next corner, and he's got the spot. Oh, not for long.
Nope. He's got it now. Sealed the deal. That was a beautiful move. I think Savatgy expected him to square it up, but he did what I often say. When you get frustrated behind someone, just let go of the brakes, grab a handful, and go around the outside.
Now, to me, one of the most intriguing conversations leading into this season in this 250 class that's so deep is there are going to be inter-squad battles all year long. Some of these teams have 3 or 4 really good riders that are pretty equally matched, and that's what we're seeing here. This battle, 3 riders on this team have been in the point position at one point. Cianciarulo was up front early, then it was Savatgy, now it's Fortner. So Fortner's opportunity to make a run for it. He is 4th. Plessinger is kind of quietly pulled away a bit in 3rd.
And they're already in lap traffic, and the lap traffic probably doesn't really know where to go because all they can see is there's a freight train coming, including Jeremy Martin, who's now on the back of Joey Savatgy. Told you Martin is running at great pace this moto. He's going to be moving forward.
Yeah, this is the Jeremy Martin everyone expected to see. That first moto, just about the time he was going to unleash this type of charge, the engine stopped running. They've got that thing fixed, and here he comes.
And I got to say right now, I do love Jeremy Martin's line selections. He is finding some clean real estate, which is hard. As we look at the Geico Honda rider, it is 15 minutes into this race, Jason. What can we do?
Oh, well, if you're Jeremy Martin, you can make a pass around the outside of Joey Savatgy, or you can call Geico, save 15% or more on your insurance. I'm sure Jeremy Martin already made that call. So we'll show you what it's like to ride one of these tracks. We actually, the helmet cam on top of Jeremy Martin here. Here's our Garmin course preview. This is off the start of our first moto.
Now look at this. See Cianciarulo, who got the whole shot, just got there. Now watch how everyone sweeps in, gets through there. Look at the roost hitting him. Decent start. Man, these opening laps, it's organized chaos. Riders going everywhere. Try find an open line. Try find a spot. See, snuck up the inside there, gained a couple spots. Smart riding from the 2-time champ. Now it funnels into this more of a one-line section.
That's what it's like on board. We'll be right back. Battle is on. There's battles all over the track here at the Hangtown Motocross Classic, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. The riders are trying to watch it. The green motorcycle, the 24 of Austin Fortner, and then the red is number 6 of Jeremy Martin. Everyone else lap traffic, so that gives you an idea of how fast these guys are going. They are lapping riders at an astounding rate. Used to seeing this type of lap traffic at a motocross track, which is a little over a mile in distance. So let's see if Fortner, the second-year pro, can hang on to it with Jeremy Martin putting some pressure on behind him. Martin caught him, and I think Fortner's actually pulled it back out.
Looks like just a little bit. And I'm wondering if Faulkner's just, he's probably gotten used to that rear fender, kind of giving him a little pat on the back.
And we got a battle here. Aaron Plessinger.
Yeah, he's picked it up.
Yeah, he's got Alex Martin back in his sights for second.
This could be a good battle. We said Aaron Plessinger looked good in that first moto. I think maybe at one point later in the moto I'd mentioned it looked like he'd sort of, I don't want to say settled, but maybe felt a little tight, a little tense, and just took a good result that he had. Now he looks a little more racy in this moto, like he's loosened up. He got the cobwebs out of the way. And wants this, because now he has been as close as he's been to Alex Martin, who I must say is riding a fantastic race. And as we talked about earlier, he's got rid of those dangling teros, but I suspect that he does not have anything else in reserve. So, you know, he definitely does not want to be passed by Plessinger.
No, and he had to deal with all that lap traffic as well that they were all maneuvering their way through, but tear-offs, that's the film strips on the front of the goggles, so you just pull them when you get roosted.
by the other riders, but he doesn't have any left.
Faulkner is on the gas.
Yeah.
He is coming. He was, besides Osborne, which I feel like we keep saying, he was the fastest guy on track that last lap around. So quicker than both riders in front of him, Martin and Plessinger. So the young phenom, we talked about it last year. He's going to get that win. He's going to get that win. He had a bunch of moto wins. Well, not a bunch, but several moto wins, but he couldn't get the overall done. He had a 10-1, a 110. And then all of a sudden put it together.
Finally got it done last race of the year. And yeah, so technically, the last time we raced, Faulkner was the race winner. It feels like forever ago. That was last August. So Faulkner's on the charge. Didn't get the first moto that he wanted after a bad start. He was 11th place. 4th right now, but he wants 3rd, going after Plessinger. Just as soon as we thought Plessinger was going to go after Martin for 2nd, Faulkner's challenging him for 3rd.
And that's racing for you. Put a few good laps together and someone else makes a couple mistakes. The dynamics change very quickly.
Faulkner is now just looking for an opening. He has caught Plessinger. Boy, last lap and a half or so, not good for Plessinger.
It's almost like he's a horse racer, you know, when the jockey gives a little spank to the horse. I think he's getting that from the rear end there, and he got it up the inside. Yeah, it's almost like, attaboy, let's go, let's go, let's go.
He needed a little kick in the rear.
Yeah.
The fender gave that to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's riding great right now. His pace is excellent.
So let's see if Faulkner can maybe challenge Alex Martin for 2nd before this moto is over. 7 minutes and 2 laps to go. Zach Osborne continues to lead. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. It's close. Tomorrow, the networks of NBC team up to bring you English football's grand finale. It's the Premier League Championship Sunday, 10 Eastern. Part of the NBC Sports Championship season presented by Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Alex Martin comes through there in the number 2 spot. Lucas Oil Pro Motocross 250 class. Austin Faulkner, 24, is 3rd, but it's Alex's brother, Jeremy, who is on the charge right now in the number 6. Now, Jeremy had a rough go of it in Supercross. Had a bunch of bad breaks. Actually had a rider's bike come careening across the track, hit him in the head, missed a couple races, then tried coming back. And then he had a big crash while practicing and hurt his back. He told me today he hurt his back so badly that he really couldn't even sit down at home or in the motorcycle. So he still went out and did his training motos in pain. That's how determined Jeremy Martin is. He said, I didn't want to lose fitness. I didn't want to lose time on the bike. So I rode as hard as I could, even though I was hurt, to try to be prepared for this one. He's feeling pretty good now. Now, Georgia, you've got something on the 24 Faulkner.
Yes, I just spoke to the Monster Energy Kawasaki Pro Circuit team, and they said the first moto he had bike issues. It wasn't running 100%. He pulled into the mechanics area. They did some changes, still wasn't 100%, and he went from dead last, ending up 11th. So I'm sure right now redemption is on his mind.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good result then, considering bike problems and a bad start. But it doesn't matter what he did in the first moto right now. It's all about just trying to hold off Jeremy Martin. He's sandwiched between 2 Martin brothers right now. Alex, and finally that fender let go.
I think I'm the most relieved person here because it was driving me nuts more than anyone, except for maybe Faulkner, who had his concentration on moving forward. So at least that's out of the way. Now he can concentrate on just riding. But like you said, sandwiched between 2 brothers, not that it really means anything, but for Faulkner, he wants to go forward. A. Martin riding a great race in 2nd place there. Osborne just controlling the pace up front. 10 seconds in the lead.
Martin on the 6 in red, trying to find running room to make a move on Faulkner. Boy, remember, feels like hours ago that Faulkner was in a huge dogfight with his other teammates, the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki boys. Well, Sabachi has gone all the way back to 7th. Steve Cirillo has gone all the way back to 9th. And Justin Hill is 10th. So Faulkner is now the lone soldier to try to deliver a top 3 result, a podium for Kawasaki. And he is feeling the pressure from Jeremy Martin, and that has pushed him forward. He has caught up to Alex Martin.
Yeah, it's really been a yo-yo situation. Alex Martin holding on solid in the 2nd, but between these 3, it's definitely not decided. It's still just over 2 minutes and 2 more laps. So in racing terms, late in the 2nd moto, there's still plenty of racing. It's going to come down to who wants it more.
Oh, it is going to be a battle. Yeah, who can dig deep down the stretch at Faulkner? finding a little extra speed to try to fend off the Martins. Zach Osborne continues to lead here at Hangtown, opening round of the summer-long Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. Now, Osborne is a veteran of this sport. 2006 is when he turned pro, had several off years, even had to go over to Europe to find a place to ride. He's come back to the United States with a vengeance. Here's your motosport.com whole shot replay, and here he is getting the start on the 16.
Yeah, it was almost a carbon copy of the first moto, except just edging out Cianciarulo. See, took the line away. 16, Savacci also close. Amon on the outside, not far off either.
This is your battle for second, which continues to close up. Oh, Austin Forkner's got an opening, and he's got second.
Nah, that was a power move right there. Just ran in real deep. You see, took the line away at the exit. Neither of them could jump it. Amon looks over and goes, hey, J-Mont.
Oh.
And J-Mont says, hey, Amon. And crossover. Brothers, different teams, love each other. But when it comes to racing, they're going to push each other and move each other if they have to.
Oh, so Jeremy has passed Alex. That probably gets Alex even more mad than the pass by Forkner. Let's see if he can come back. And Forkner said, hey, I did what I needed to do. I got around Alex Martin. I did it. Well, there's no relief in sight because now Jeremy is right back on him. This would be big if Jeremy Martin can end up in second and salvage the day after the 0-point score in the first moto earlier.
That would be a huge mental confidence and points boost for the number 60. Nothing worse than starting a season with a DNF, and what makes it even worse it wasn't his fault. It was a mechanical. That, as a rider, is one of those things that's really hard to swallow. So, I said before, I think he's going to have a little chip on his shoulder, and he's riding like it. And I think he hit the nail on the head. Coming out with at least a second in this moto will send a message to the guys that the two-time champ still knows how to get it done.
Yeah, he's definitely not done yet, but got to give credit to Forkner, who's ridden through his teammates, got through Alex Martin to get to this second-place spot. And he's been dealing with this type of pressure from Jeremy about 6 laps now, and so far the kid has not made a mistake. Only his second professional season. It's basically the first anniversary of him turning professional.
Yeah, true.
He's been cool under fire.
Yeah, this kid has really impressed me with being under pressure or going after people. A lot of youngsters have a tendency to ride over the head or throw it away or make those huge mistakes or, possibly even get hurt. But Forkner, he's come through the modern day how to ride motocross. White flag is out, the 16, Zach Osborne. For him, this is parade lap right now. He's got a comfortable gap at 7 seconds. He's controlled it from the front. In the background, when we zoom out, you will see there's Forkner under massive pressure from Jeremy Martin. 1 lap to go. These two are going to go at it.
This is where Martin has earned his money through the years. The 2 championships that he won in 2014 and 2015. He is so strong down the stretch. Just a ridiculous trainer off the motorcycle. Can Forkner hold him back with 3/4 of a lap to go?
You saw Bones from Pro Circuit Kawasaki egging his rider on, waving their arm. They're tired. It's tough. It's hot out there. A lot of these riders probably just literally running on fumes, praying for that checkered flag. But when you're in this heat of the battle, the adrenaline's going, you're digging deep. Forkner holding on tough. Hasn't let J-Mont even stick a nose in. He's let him get there, but right now, big enough gap.
Yeah.
Just stretch it out a little bit there. I don't know if Jeremy made a small mistake in the background.
Well, we said that Jeremy needed a good finish in this moto to make up for what happened in Moto 1, but as for Forkner, came into Supercross because his rookie motocross campaign went so well and he got a win last year. People thought, well, maybe he could battle for a Supercross title. It ended up being an okay season in Supercross, but not great. Didn't win a race. And he went from a much hyped rookie to a little bit under the radar. So this is also good for Forkner to come in here, get it on the podium, and kind of reestablish, yeah, I'm a contender here. I can win races.
Of course he can. Here's your leader, Zach Osborne. A few more turns to go. You can tell on cruise control. The gap shrunk. You'll see Forkner right there in the background.
Yeah, because Forkner's fighting for his life back there in second. Only a few turns left for Zach Osborne. My, what a difference a year makes. Just last year, he grabbed his first ever overall win. But he has been a completely different level of a rider this year indoors and now out. going to go 1-1. This will be the first time he's ever swept a moto. He had 2 career moto wins in his entire career before today, and today he takes 2 more. Zach Osborne goes 1-1 at Hangtown.
Stellar performance. How about that? Faulkner in second. Close it up at the end there. Great ride for the youngster.
And high fives between those guys, and a thumbs up there from Jeremy Martin. It's early in the championship. Everyone's being nice to each other. See how that progresses throughout the season.
Wow, congratulations, Zach Osborne. Overall sweep with a 1-1. You've never done that before. It is your 3rd overall career podium. What a tough race, tough track, but you did it. First round of the season.
Yeah, it feels great to come out here at Hangtown and put this Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing bike up on the top step of the podium. I mean, I've never had really any outstanding or results, so to speak, of here. So I have to give it up to the good Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing, Fly, Dragon, everyone back at the Baker's factory, my mechanic Dave, everyone on this team works so hard around me. My trainer Alden and my wife Brittany, and just hopefully we can carry this momentum into Glen Helen next weekend. It's a track that I've historically struggled at, but looking to turn that around this year along with this one.
Huge congratulations, Zach. Well done.
Yes, last year he finished 20th and 4th in the 2 motos, and this year he goes 1-1. That's progression. Here's your Lucas Oil race recap. Osborne already in the lead, but big battle between the Kawasaki teammates.
Yeah, there was a lot of battling going on behind. Right there, Savachi actually had the lead briefly. Didn't last very long, though, because, as you see, a little bobble there, and then Osborne has the drive as well as the inside line at the top of the hill, seals the deal, and basically started checking out.
And Savachi dealt with all kinds of pressure. Eventually, Austin Faulkner able to get by Aaron Plessinger. This is a battle for what would be 3rd place. Alex Martin slipping through, and then Faulkner catches Alex Martin to take the 2nd place spot away in the waning moments. And Osborne up front, no drama for him. It was a great battle from about 2nd through 7th, but Osborne had pulled away at that point. And he also won the first moto from earlier today, so it makes the math easy for us to figure out who the 1st place rider was for the weekend. Alex Martin and Plessinger tiebreaker is the better finish in the 2nd moto, so Alex will take 2nd overall. Let's send it back to Georgia.
Yes, congratulations, Alex Martin with a 4-4, taking 2nd overall, battling with your brother out there, being on that TLD KTM. How was it for you?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I can't ask to be in a better position, really. Bummed I missed the podium both motos, but the overall is even better. You know, there's a lot of unknowns for me with switching teams, and I got hurt in Supercross and nursing some injuries, and, you know, so you be as positive as you can be, but you just never know until the gate drops. So I'm really happy to come out here and have a performance like this. It's going to make me sleep a little bit easier at night. You know, just can't thank everyone enough. The TLD, Red Bull KTM team, GoPro, my mechanic Jordy, and Tyla and TK. I've been having a lot of fun, and I'm ready for the rest of the summer.
Well, congratulations, going home with a 2nd overall. Well done, Alex. And then the other side of me, we have Aaron Plessinger, 3rd overall today with a 3-5. I know it was tough out there. It's hot. The track was gnarly, but you managed to push through that. Ended up with a 5th in the 2nd moto, but taking away 3rd overall. You must be happy.
Oh, yeah, I'm pumped. It's been a good run for me. Over the years at Hangtown, I went 6th. Last year I went 4th, and this year I'm going 3rd. So I'm moving on up. And no, I just had a great start and then just fell behind. And I made sure to play it smart and not wreck myself early in the moto. But just like to give a huge thanks to the Yamalube Star Racing Yamaha team, Thor, FMF, Parts Unlimited, Alpine Star, 100%, Bell, Toyota, Vescandido, Dunlop, Rockstar, everybody, my family, my mechanic Billy, Dr. G, the W Training Facility, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Aaron Plessinger taking 3rd overall at Hangtown.
Here are your points after round 1. We paid points in each moto, so there's a big gap back, even though Plessinger and Martin were a 2nd and 3rd. Huge point differential because they got beaten both motos by Osborne today, and Cian Cirillo will actually end up 4th overall, meaning he's 4th in the points. Let's go back to Georgia.
Yes, Austin Faulkner talking about fighting in that 2nd moto. I know the 1st moto did not go the way you planned, but you have a great fight getting back to 11th. Wow, towards the end of that moto, you were pushing through. You must be feeling good.
Yeah, the first moto, I had some electrical problems on the first lap. It's nothing the team could do or anything, but they made me wait all the way until everybody passed before I could go. So I was dead last and came back, got 11th. It was good. I felt good at the end. I rode hard the whole moto, and that moto I knew that I'd be strong. If some of the guys up front started to fade, I knew that I'd be there, and that's kind of just what happened. I just, kept getting faster and faster up until like the 20-minute mark, and I had really good lines. My bike was working good, and I think that if I can get a start, I can run up there with Zach and be battling for wins.
Well, congratulations. Well done. Strong moto from Austin Faulkner there. The other side of me, Jeremy Martin. Wow, first moto for you definitely did not go how you would have liked it to. First off, what happened with that? And second off, what a strong fight for the second moto.
Yeah, we had probably 10 minutes to go in Moto 1. Unfortunately, the bike bogged off the face, and I almost went over the bars. And I tried to do what I could to get it started. I got it running, and then it was kind of going in and out. So I tried to just idle it, but then it died and pushed it back, and the Geico Honda team worked really hard and got it going and figured out what the deal was. And I had 35th gate pick there, and just was reeling those guys in. I'm strong again this year, and I knew that there'd be some guys fading up there in the front, so it was pretty cool. I was pushing Faulkner pretty hard, really hard, and I saw Big Al up there, and I was like, dude, it's time to show him who's the boss, So we had a good fight there, and it's good to see the Martin boys up front.
Good job. Well done. Thank you, Jeremy.
Oh, we always love it when the Martin boys hook up in a battle. We'll probably see a lot of those throughout the year. Probably going to see a lot of this guy, too. Eli Tomac, the star of the 450s next.